Why is that how you start?
I'm always sleeping at the gym.
Okay.
I don't work out.
Oh, okay.
I need to get. Anyways, so today's video will be about when I was on Wrestlemania. Now, I didn't wrestle on Wrestlemania, but I was on it, and you could see me. I might have been the short guy in this segment, but at some point you could see me. So, when was I on Wrestlemania? Well, it was Wrestlemania 39. Dominic Mysterio facing his father, Rey Mysterio. The first thing you see on Dominic's entrance is me opening the door for him, which was a police van, an old police van at that. So, boom, open the door. But we're going to get into all that now in a few seconds. But yes, I was on WrestleMania. I was a fake cop. Well, no. I don't want to say fake. We don't use fake in this world. I was a LAPD WrestleMania security officer. So that was my role. And lo and behold, I was the supervisor of the group. We'll get into that in a second too. So let's begin. All right. So how did I get booked for WrestleMania? Now, it's actually a funny story because the day I got booked was for April 1st. And that's funny for two reasons. And if you're a man, you'll understand what I'm about to say. One, it was my now wife's brother's wedding. So April 1st was his wedding with his, well, whatever. And number two, that was me and my wife's, or at the time, girlfriend, 1 year anniversary of dating. So I had told her probably back in January, hey, WrestleMania is the time of the year. I kind of want to do it. You know, there was an argument of my wedding, or brother's wedding is that day. It's our 1 year anniversary. So I was like, well, I'll make you a deal. If they ask me to do it, I'm going to go. But if they don't ask me, I won't press the issue. I won't ask for WrestleMania. There's always next year. So, yada, yada, yada. A couple weeks passed by, and I kept my promise. I woke up to go to my shoot job. It's 4:15 in the morning. Look at my email as I always do first thing in the morning. There it is. WrestleMania. Would you like to come? And here are the dates available. I was like, crap, I kind of had to make a choice right there. So I said yes, because who's going to say no to WrestleMania at the end of the day? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I mean, girls come along all the time, you know what I mean? Again, man, choose your priorities. But it's WrestleMania, so there was a silver lining to this because I did get used. The wedding ended up not being as important as we thought. And I'm still with my girlfriend who is not my wife. So there was no negative effects for doing WrestleMania 39. So now we're going to get on to the next topic. Let's, well, my wife's probably going to hit me once we hit this video. So if I'm at this next part of the video, we're good without a black eye. All right, I'm still here. So how did we get to WrestleMania? I ended up making this a few-day trip so I can kind of explore the area since there's a bunch of wrestling that goes on WrestleMania weekend. So I flew in Thursday morning, which it was still March. I guess it was the last day of March, whatever it was. Or second, so I don't know. It doesn't matter. So I flew in on a Thursday morning. I didn't really have any plans besides just checking into where I was staying. Got off the plane at probably, I guess on the West Coast, it was 10 o'clock or 11, whatever it was. And I can't check into my room until 3. So I'm just scrolling on Facebook, and I see 45 minutes down the road, QT Marshall is holding a seminar in Anaheim, California. So me being me, I had nothing else to do. I got an Uber, and I went to Anaheim, and I did a seminar.
Spent a bunch of money on that Uber,
too. I sure did, but, you know, I had to do something. So then I got Taco Bell, which, you know, indie wrestler, other side of the country. Y'all know how it is. So got the Taco Bell, and then we took an hour Uber ride back to wherever I was staying. So we did that, and that was my Thursday. The next day, again, I really didn't have much plans. I couldn't find any shows to do, but Ring of Honor was in the area at the time. So I had the options of going to Ring of Honor or SmackDown in Los Angeles. SmackDown, there was no tickets available. Ring of Honor, I knew one of the guys wrestling on the show, which was Slim J, and I was like, well, crap, I might as well go see Slim J wrestle. So I got me a pretty cool ticket. I went to watch Ring of Honor. One of the coolest shows I've been to. I've seen some like insane moves. I saw a dude do like a sunset flip off a ladder. It was nuts. So it was a good show. Then I got 2 bowls of Chipotle. after the show. I got one to eat that night, and I got one to eat the following morning before I was going to Wrestlemania. So now I will explain to you how I got to the building. All right, getting to the building, I had an Uber set for me at 7:10 in the morning. We were supposed to be at the building at 9. I got there at 8 because you can never be too early to these shows. Now, getting into Wrestlemania was a lot harder than it was getting into just your normal arena when you're booked as an extra. I thought it was just, get your suitcase, come in a suit, and just walk right on in. No. I got to the gates where all the fans would enter, like when it comes to football season. And there's like 20 security guards there. So I'm like, hey, I'm here as an extra, yada, yada. They're like, do you have a pass? No. They never give you a pass. If you're an extra, you just show up and hope for the best. So they told me to wait till somebody comes there. So I'm like, okay. I got annoyed and I started walking around the arena because, crap, I want to find another way in. Once about 8:45 hit, I see a bunch of other people with suits. They're standing near the garage area now. I'm like, these must be my guys. So I go over there and I say my hellos to these people. We're all confused on how to get in the building. So now we're standing where all the wrestlers and staff are entering through the garage to get underneath the building because they have a parking deck to get under if you're on the NFL, whatever it is. But it's an underneath parking lot. So we're standing there. Guys are passing us. Triple H is going. We kind of made like some weird eye contact where he's like, these are extras, but I don't know what to do. So he went on his way. And then eventually John Cohen had to come get us. And this is at like 9:30. Now, we've been standing out there for 45 minutes. It's 100 degrees. My fake tan is rolling off of me. My suit is stinky with the tan. It sucked. John Cohen came and got us. We got to go in there through a bus. They got us a personal bus. Well, not for us, but, for the wrestlers. But we got on this bus. Man, I felt like a VIP wrestler. This thing had lights, TVs, all kinds of crap in it. So finally, we got in after about a 6-minute drive. Got out the bus, and then it was like heaven. There was everything there as a wrestler you want to see. We saw Snoop Dogg. You see John Cena around. There's Stone Cold. There's The Undertaker. There's all kinds of people around. Like, I don't know. It was weird. And then, like, just to walk around, like, these places are, I didn't realize football stadiums are as big as they are. We're walking, and there's some rapper. I think it was Lil Uzi. I'm not sure. He was there. But, yeah, that was how we got into the building. It wasn't very easy, but I do have a WrestleMania pass now. I never threw that one out. I don't have it here because I am in the gym, but there is a WrestleMania pass. Which now brings me, how did I get picked for my spot? We're going to go to the next slide because this is a long portion of the video. All right, so how did I get picked? So once we walk in and we kind of explore the area, we get taken to talent relations. So we can get checked in and all the fun stuff. We get checked in and, as an extra, you have to do your physicals to make sure you're actually able to walk and you're not crippled. So we did all that. Talent relation check in. Next door, we're getting your medical. In comes John Cohen again. You, and you, which ended up being me as the last guy. After you're done, come out to the floor. I was like, oh, snap, we got something going on. I'm wrestling tonight, boys. Sure enough, we get out there. I see the policeman. I'm like, oh, we must be fake cops today. Or as I like to say, a LAPD officer safety, whatever it was I said earlier. Because I hate using the word fake, but I keep using it.
Huh.
My bad, dog. But anyways, so we got the spots and everything like that. Now we're just waiting and waiting and waiting. Finally, the producer comes. And this is where things kind of went south for me. Because the first thing I heard was, man, we might not be able to use you. Why not? You wrestled Omos. I wrestled Omos in October, and we're in April. Nobody's going to remember me wrestling Omos. So, I'm just sitting here in the floor. I'm like, man, this is going to suck if I get cut at WrestleMania. And I flew thousands of miles, Luckily, the other guys, he paid somebody on his walkie-talkie. They didn't care. So, I got to still be in the spot, so I was happy. So, we did the thing. They told me what I was doing. And then the next problem came about. There was 5 of us, but only 4 police uniforms. And guess who didn't get a police uniform? This guy. So now I'm freaking out. I'm thinking, man, they're going to cut me. And I didn't know if I was going to get on the show until an hour before it finally happened. So I knew what I was going to do if I did get on. But now I'm just freaking out. I'm like, man, am I going to be able to do this? Am I going to get to be on WrestleMania? Like, this is going to be so embarrassing. I'm just sitting here I'm shaking, it's not the biggest thing in the world, but you know, I want to be on WrestleMania too. I mean, how many times do you get to say I was on WrestleMania? And believe me, I say it a lot. I love saying it. I was on WrestleMania. How many people can say it? Can you say it?
No.
Yeah, she was actually watching me at her brother's wedding.
It was like 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah. My bad, dog.
It was after the wedding had already ended.
So they had to give me a custom police uniform. However way they did, the WWE staff people that do all the costume stuff, they managed to pull one together. Then there was a worry where they wouldn't match with the other uniforms. So they were brawling about whether or not I should still go out there. Then finally somebody said it doesn't matter. He still looks like a cop. The cool thing was I had this cool little belt thing, and I had like a fake gun and fake taser and stuff with me. And I was the only one. Everybody else had a fake walkie-talkie. So I was dubbed the supervisor of the group. So that's why I was in the back, because I was supervising my fellas. So if you see me, I open the door to allow Dominic to leave the van. And then, you know, the other guys, they make sure they stay nice and sturdy with him. Make sure he was held down until he got to the ring. So I was Supervisor Daniels in this scenario. So now we're going to talk about what happened during the show. Now it's go time. The match before is going on. They're setting this up. I'm sitting in the van. I'm at the front seat next to the guy driving the van. I'm like, whew, man, this is cool. Dominic's in the back with the other guys. He's saying thanks for, walking me out there. I'm like, sure, man, don't screw up today. And, just joking around. But I'm shaking. I'm like, all I got to do is open the door, dude. Like, why am I shaking so much? Now, I didn't realize when I was going out there was going to be people right on top of you. Like, it's one thing to do it before the show, but we literally could not move once we got out there. But anyways, the promo video plays, whatever's going on, and then the sirens come on. That's us. The motorcycle people roll out, which are, actual LAPD officers. And then the van came. I open the door. Here comes Dominic. Our security guys, they're starting to walk out in front. I think it was 2 on the side, 2 in the front. And I'm in the back. I'm just kind of trying to poke my head up to get my TV time because crap, Ooh, golly. So anyways, we're walking down. And then once we get towards the people, holy cow, I had people call me a fake cop. I had people screaming vulgarities at me. I'm thinking in my head, all right, man, this is what it feels like. There's just 80,000 people staring at you. People are staring at the TVs if they're all the way in the cheap seats. And then there's people literally from here right to where this mat is. They're just yelling whatever they can. I found some videos on YouTube, which were pretty cool. But we walked them all the way down to the barricade to get to the ringside. And then we had to walk back on our own. So that was an interesting time. But I kept my phone in my pocket. I purposely kept it in my pocket because I wanted to see if people would see me. So I knew if my phone would start vibrating that I've been spotted. It was about 10 seconds into me opening that door. I had somebody call me during this thing. I'm like, golly, I'm not going to answer right now. So, we walked back, and Rey Mysterio was coming out through the same exact way where Dominic came out. So we had to kind of sprint to get to the back. And I think during Rey's entrance, you can see somebody jump to get out of Dodge so you wouldn't see it. We had to go in the VIP side so they wouldn't see us. But, a bunch of us, we just stood there. We watched Rey's entrance, and then we got to the back. So I looked at my phone. I couldn't even open my messages. It was just boom. There's people messaging me I never even spoke to before. And then there's, everybody just your friend all of a sudden. So I'm like, okay, thank you. So that was pretty cool. So then I don't think there was nothing. Well, no, man, there was no catering after that. But we're going to talk about that next. We're going to go to the next slide and talk about the after show stuff. All right, so we're all done with the spot. I put my uniform up. Turned out somebody kept the handcuffs used on WrestleMania. It wasn't me, but if I had known we could have kept some stuff, I would have kept something. But I didn't because I like to return everything because it's not mine anyway. But anyways, there will be a story of how I found these handcuffs. So whoever took the handcuffs, whatever. So, we're going. I give my uniform back. I just put on my sweatpants and a shirt. At this point, I don't want to wear my suit again. So I'm walking around and, I want to get catering because I'm hungry. We've been here for about 8 hours, 9 hours already. All they had in catering left was a peanut butter jelly sandwich because everybody done ate all the food. I was like, man, this stinks. Now, granted, I got to eat earlier, so that was nice. I had chicken, salmon, steak, whatever. So that was nice. Then, I'm eating Skittles and Jolly Ranchers and peanut butter sandwich because there's nothing else to eat. Afterwards, I've realized we can actually go out to the floor and just watch the rest of the show. So I went out there and I started recording stuff from the corner stage where the pyro was being shot at. So I might put that in the video because it's not copyrighted on my phone. So I'm probably going to do that. So, hung out there. I watched the last two matches, watched the main event, which was Kevin Sammy against the Usos. And then at some point, I think Pat McAfee had beat up somebody. I think he beat up the Miz. I can't remember exactly what happened there, but that's when I popped out to watch. But it was cool seeing pyro and a bunch of these NFL players were walking past us. And I'm like, I don't know who you are, but what's up, dude? So that was it. Then the show ended, and we had to figure out how to leave the building. As we were leaving, I found out there is another wrestling ring in the backstage area where guys are just, going over their matches. So I'm just casually walking and then look through the curtain, and I just see people having matches in the back. I'm like, oh, crap. I was like, oh, let me close the curtain. I don't need to be seeing this. But I got to see a WrestleMania match happen the day before, so that was nice. But I'll never say who it was. Kept on going with my way, yada, yada, yada. And then some security guard told us if we want to leave by foot, just to take an elevator to this floor and get off here. I'm like, all right, that's a lot better than waiting for a bus. So we all went up an elevator. Next thing I know, I'm in like section 300 of this building. Now we're like, where are we? And then fans are staring at us because we're in suitcases and, suits or, well, the guys were. I was just in was I wearing a suit at that point? I might have worn a suit at that point. I can't remember. I think I went into a suit before I left, so I didn't get in trouble. I think I took I did, because I didn't want to get in trouble on the way out. So I did wear a suit because I took a picture at that spot. I might put that in the video too. So took a picture, said my goodbyes to everybody, and then I probably walked like 3 miles to find an Uber, because if you ordered an Uber at the stadium, the price was like 3 times the price, or what it normally would be. So I just kept walking. I just kept following the crowd until there was nobody around. And then we found a Starbucks. Now, I didn't know in California, Starbucks was open till 11 at night. What? Over here, they close at like 5 o'clock. And I get mad every time because it'll be 5:15, 5:30. You pull into a Starbucks and then I'm cursing at people.
They close at like 8.
No, because we went to the one in Hartwell.
That was the one time.
It doesn't matter.
That was a one-time thing. It was a one-time thing.
Anyways, Starbucks owes me money.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do. For my time. So, walked the 3 miles. I ended up meeting these a dad and his son while I was there. And the dad was like, hey, man, you're in a suit and a suitcase. Did you do anything at the stadium down earlier today? I was like, yeah, man, I was there. He goes, are you a wrestler? I'm like, sort of, but I'm not signed. I'm just here. And the kid was like, wow, that's pretty cool. So then I showed him the video because of course, I just screen recorded my entrance as soon as I got to the back. I showed him, I'm like, this is what I did. Like, man, that's pretty cool. You were with Dominic. Is he a piece of crap like everybody said he is? I'm like, it depends who you ask. I'm like, he didn't bother me none. So that was pretty cool. And then they let me hang out in their front yard while I was waiting for an Uber. So that was nice. So I just hung out there because there's a bunch of people on the other side. And, I didn't know California. I don't know what kind of people I'm dealing with. It wasn't exactly the safest area. So like, yeah, man, just hang out in the front yard. Whenever your Uber comes, you're good to go. I'm like, appreciate you. So if you ever see this video, thank you. So that was the end of my WrestleMania day. I got there at 7 in the morning, and I got home, or I got to the hotel, I want to say at 1 or 2 in the morning. So it was a long day, but it was a fun day. I can always say I was on WrestleMania. I got to see a lot of cool people. I got to talk to some people I never thought. I talked to Stephanie McMahon. Who would have thunk it? Talked to Stephanie. I talked to some other high office people, and that was it. It was a day to remember. It was a long day. I woke up very tired. I didn't get to do the second day of WrestleMania, so I went home that morning. And by the time the first match had started, I was back in Georgia. So that was my 24 hours of returning home. I was very tired, but I still watched the second day of WrestleMania. That was cool. So that's it for this week. I don't know what next week's video will be. I might talk about how to be an AEW extra. I might do MLW. I don't know. But we will determine that later in the week. With that being said, this has probably been a 20-minute video. My wife is tired, and I got to go work out. So goodbye.